Glorified toaster.
Hello YouTube, back at it again, in the Fat Cave. Didn't expect to be back here so quickly. Did a video anyway, I've been in here most of the day. But yeah, something happened today. It's the first time it's happened to me as a collector of Transformers, so I thought I'd do a wee impromptu chat about it. We know, it's dead warm in this room as well. We know that we've had a lot of pre-orders, a lot of leaks and releases coming out recently. Oh, I think that bottle of juice has been there about 4 days. And if you go on like Kapow or In Demand just now, all their stock is like pre-order for November, pre-order for October, sold out, sold out, sold out. Everything is sold out, and it's ridiculous. I'm a kind of collector. We're a low-income family for certain reasons, and it means that my collecting, the money I spend, has to be sort of like managed very carefully. And the way I've managed it, to a certain degree, is I'm terrible with money, really, really bad. So what I do is the wife's in charge of money, and I'll say to her, I want to buy this, can I afford it? And she either says yes or no. And it's worked out until now, and if we can't really see in this wee frame, but as I look around me, she doesn't say no very often, to be honest. In fact, I'm sure she says yes when she should be saying no. Anyway, the point is, I can't go putting 50, 60, 100 quid into pre-ordering toys for the future. I suppose I could, if I got into the habit of it, I could. But to me, it's just not the collector I want to be. I want to be able to go to a store or onto a website, know that I've got money in the bank for it, and buy it. That's what I've done up until now, and it's always been the best way to do it for me. But now with all these, Kapow, in demand and Kapow, pre-order, pardon me, that just is making me burp, and sold out. And to me, it was hindering the way I can collect and stuff. And it's just kind of put a dampener on it. Although, as a collector with a limited income, I really need to put a sort of dampener on my spending because I'm spending too much, to be honest. I've not got the space. We're moving house soon, and like my kid's getting a bit older, so we want to have a place area for her in the house. And right now, this room, which is filled with games, which don't get me wrong, she loves. We've been in here this afternoon playing loads of PS2 games, and she loves it. But she needs her own play area, and she doesn't. She tends not to like playing in her bedroom. She's kind of finicky about her room. She likes her room to be set up, and she likes to go to bed in it, and she doesn't really play in it. It's weird. She has like all these teddies set up in a corner, and don't touch it, don't sit on my bed, that kind of stuff. So she likes to play down here, make a mess, because she knows she's not really gonna have to clean it up. But aye. So the whole fact that things are sold out and hard to get, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother anymore. I'm gonna sell on eBay. Sorry, the reason I'm using headphones as well and knocking the camera constantly because they're plugged in is my phone for some reason. If I use headphones, it has a sort of reverberation on the microphone, and it sounds like I'm echoing it. It's dead weird. So hence why I've got headphones on. Aye. So anyway, need to scale down. Need to slow down. Need to scale down. I'm gonna start selling stuff on eBay, and all these pre-orders and exclusives and the like have kind of helped me make that decision. But we've all seen the releases of the Studio Series Cup, the '86 movie Cup. And Hot Rod. I'm not bothered about Hot Rod because I've got like 4 Hot Rods. I've got one sitting here right in front of me. So I don't need any more Hot Rods. I've got... This guy will do. If I'm going to build an 86 shelf, he'll do. For me, I'm not going to spend more money than that. But I want Cup, obviously. The thing is, I really, really, really want the Quintesson Judge. And I really, really, really want the Alicon. Just because I plan to have an 86 shelf, as most of us do now, especially with what lines are coming out and stuff. I really wanted them. I was hoping to get one for Smith's, my local Smith's, but I couldn't get up. Then Borders dude went up the other day, and he said, look, if I see a Quintesson, I'll pick it up for you. He didn't see one, unfortunately. I'm so scared I'm going to miss out for the first time ever, and the reason I'm making this video is I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered a toy. Now, I don't know if you'd call it a pre-order, but when I ordered Exhaust, that selects Exhaust, that wasn't in stock when I ordered it, and it was like expected out. Is that a pre-order? I mean, they were just waiting for it to come in. It wasn't like they hadn't ordered it. They didn't. It kind of felt like a pre-order, but it wasn't. It didn't say pre-order, so I did count it. But I went on In Demand Toys today, and I pre-ordered the Quintesson Judge, and it's not in yet. So I was a bit like, oh, this is money that I could be using on something else. But I'm going to miss out. This is weird. It feels weird. I know essentially I'm buying something that, if it was in the shops, I'd buy it today. So it's not like I'm no spending the same amount of money. It just feels like it gives me the parental guilt, like shit. Should we have saved this money for something else? It's weird. I'm weird. I've got like anxiety issues and social anxiety issues, and I worry about stuff that I shouldn't worry about constantly. But aye. So I pre-ordered, and it feels weird. It's nice though. I'm kind of excited. Like it's like, oh, when's it coming out? What's happening? Blah blah. I also ordered the Alicon from another site. That was what 2-3 days ago. And that was on pre-order, but I got the shipping. I got the invoice today saying it had been shipped. So that should be arriving in a couple of days. So yeah, I really didn't want to miss out on a pre-order. I don't agree with pre-ordering. For myself, it's completely fine for anyone who does it. I mean, it's great. You pre-order it, you pay for it, and that's it. You know it's coming, and you don't have to worry about it. Just just forget about it and wait until the postman brings it or the courier brings it. But for me, like I said, it's not the way I want to collect, because especially with the way things are going just now, I mean, pre-orders are coming out thick and fast. It's ridiculous, and it must be me, limited money, limited space. I've also got a limited taste. Like, I don't really want any massive third-party guys. There's loads of like B-store figures I don't care about, and there's loads of like some of this the SS lines. Like, I really liked Off-Road Bumblebee, and I kind of wanted the cliff jumper that's like for the same mold. But then I looked at him and he was kind of cheap for 19 quid, especially with the Siege and Earthrise lines being so good. Can you kind of you feel like you're wasting your money on the lines now? This is off the top of my head, by the way, so I'm waffling like fuck. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, with all these pre-orders coming out, you must just, especially if you're a collector who wants everything, or your main thrill is from buying and receiving. We all got a kick out of getting new bots. It's called New Toys Out for a reason. I try to savour all the older toys. I get toys off shelves and put them in front of me. I spend days where I pick up certain toys and play with them. I try and enjoy my collection, not just for buying it and looking at it. I try to actually enjoy it, because for me, the whole, one of the main benefits to why I collect Transformers over like He-Man or Thundercats or Visionaries, which were all toy lines and cartoons that I loved. Visionaries maybe more. Thundercats maybe more as well, but I never had Thundercats as a kid. Although I've got one there. Give me a line up. Thundercats. Oh! And I'm going to burp again. Coke gives me a right fizzy tummy. It's the tactile side to Transformers. The transformation. Oh, I can't stand him back up. The transformation, the fiddling about with it, the mechanics, the logistics. That's what gives Transformers personally an edge over other toy lines and other. I mean, it's just transforming robots. It's fucking awesome. Seen it before, and that hasn't left me. I still get a thrill for a good transformation in a toy. Aye, pre-orders, especially with everything that's coming, it must be really, really hard to keep on top of it. Especially if you're the kind of guy that gets that thrill for it, that boom, boom, or more and more and more. It must become addictive. And when I first started collecting, you had Combiner Wars, the Prime toys had just finished coming out and they were starting to go into the cheap shops. You had Combiner Wars, you had Masterpiece figures coming out like 2 or 3 a year maybe, not even that too, and that's pretty much it. The Thrilling 30s line I think had just finished or was finished, so it's pretty much your go-to was Combiner Wars or third party, or that's pretty much it as far as, or the Masterpiece line I suppose. And it felt like it was a sort of subtle release, like certainly I'm not really one for checking up on like websites and forums and stuff for pre-releases and things like that. I just kind of just wait until pals text me and say, have you seen this? Or if I come across it on Twitter or whatever. But now it feels like it's every 2 minutes. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Christ, we've only just had that alternate universe, like Dead Prime. And now you've got Shattered Glass Prime. And it's like, my God, that the fact you've had like 3 repaints, if you include the Siege one and that really expensive one, there's like 4 or 5 repaints of the same mold, and it's been in a year. They should have eked it out, give folk a chance to spend their money. And it just became too much. So for folk who can spend more money than me and get that buying thrill, that new toy joy thrill, it must be hellish. It's certainly taking the wind at my sails. It's too much now. I intended to be a collector that just enjoyed any kind of toy line, any kind of Transformers line. I thought if it's Transformers, I love it. I've got G1. You know, I've got Prime, I've tried to get into Energon, I've tried to get into all the different toy lines, even animated, I've got a few of their toys. Alright, some of the toy lines, what I've got, I'm like, nah, I don't want them here. But any Transformer that I've seen, I'm like, it's Transformers, you know, I want to enjoy it, and I do for the most part. I can only look around my entire room here at, like, 600 odd Transformers, I only see a couple that I'm not that keen on. And the one that I really, 2 Transformers that I've ever bought that I don't like is Siege Prowl, and he got broken, and Combiner Wars Wheeljack, and he got lost. I think we moved house, and then when I took him out the box, his head was off or something, and I was like, ah, well, bye. That was it. And I've got some right stinking toys. Just looking in the room, I can see some right crappy toys, but I love them. But yeah, now I've pre-ordered, and for me, it's the start of me going for what I want rather than just buying. Like, so, no more gets to payday. I know I've got like 50 quid that I can spare for toys. What shall I order? I know I'll order SS Hot Rod or Studio. I would never get the Devastator, but Studio Series Devastator or something like that. Now it's going to be right. Look for what I've got. Look for what they've got. Look what's coming up and get what I want, and that's it. No more buying just rando bots here and there, checking eBay and buying rando bots. So, does that mean my first pre-order has kicked off my new way of collecting, and is it a good thing? Or have I now taken a step onto the slippery slope of just, like, what saved my bank balance in the past was the fact that there was nothing to buy straight away, and I never even considered pre-orders, but now, is that it? Am I going to, when I've got a bit of money, just start pre-ordering stuff? Is it worse? Is it better? Is there anyone else out there like me who has pre-ordered, who's stayed away from pre-orders and just gets what they can get their hands on, or prefers to buy retail? A lot of it for me as well, and one of the reasons I never bought online for years and years and years is I could never ever wait for something. I hate ordering something and knowing it's going to be weeks and months before I get it. What kind of got rid of that for me was my wife. She orders a lot of her, like, her craft stuff, like her she's into like little gadgets and crafty things, and she sees like an advert for like a new light up crochet hook on like YouTube or a Facebook advert or something. She goes onto like Etsy and all these other sort of Chinese sites and just orders a cheap one for there, and it takes like a month to come. Sometimes we get stuff like 4 months later that she forgot she ordered. But then when I ordered a couple of Transformers for China, I had to wait, like, not so much recently, but when I first started ordering, you're waiting a month, and it gave me the patience to wait. So now that my fear of pre-ordering's gone, now that my impatience for waiting for it to be delivered is gone, it's kind of opened up. So I'm hoping I can limit myself, train myself. Sorry, I was just going because the wife walked in. I'm hoping that's it. Now it's like a focus, and that I, like, really just go for the cream of the crop and what I want. So the wife coming down means she's obviously wanting sex, so I better go. I can hear her laughing. No, that's the end of the video. So, what do you think? Are pre-orders a good thing? Are they a bad thing? Are you sick of missing out? Do you wish pre-orders didn't exist? Do you wish it was just a case of first come, first served, rather than they expect? I mean, is the feeling of missing out before it's even you've been given a chance to buy it? Is that not something that really knocks your teeth out? Because it does with me sometimes. There we go. Waffly wee video while the wife was taking the kid to bed. So, aye, I've got this out on pre-order, and I'm excited. Eesh.